Hello there, family.
What's up?
I didn't see you there. And welcome back to another long-awaited edition of the Crenshaw Corner.
Where you been? Where you at?
I'm your host, Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the absolute best part of my day.
That's me, guys. What's up?
The apple of my eye.
I am.
The wind beneath my wings.
You are.
The rib that completes me.
You completed. Thank you.
The Christine to my Harry. Christine and Harry.
Christine and Harry.
The Honorable Judge Harold T. Stone.
No.
Lover of all things Mel Torme.
No. I know it was a judge show with the big, tall, bald head guy.
You're getting there. That's Bull.
That's Bull. And then the black lady.
That is Aristotle Nostradamus Bull Shannon.
Yeah, him. Well, wow.
Yep. You got Roz.
And
You're getting there. You got Roz. You got Dan Fielding.
Yeah, but I don't got the name.
The lovable but hoish prosecuting attorney.
With the tight suits for no reason.
With the tight suits for no reason.
Oh my God, what's the name
You're
of
there.
it?
You're there.
I don't know the name though.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay, hint.
It was a court at night.
Mm-hmm. Night court?
There you go. There you go.
That was so cheesy. It was the court at night.
That's what it was.
Court at night. Just like y'all, it's a court at night, people.
Night court. That was
Night Court.
I love that show coming up.
Oh my gosh.
That was one of my
couple of times.
That was one of from that show I got one of my favorite lines of all time.
Okay.
Because what happened is that Gomez Adams, and forgive me for not remembering his actual name, but the gentleman that played Gomez Adams on the Adams Family portrayed Harold T. Stone's father, and he was for the lack of a better term, he was off his rockers. I believe that is a medical term.
Didn't they used to go in like a store, like the downstairs of the courthouse? Like
they never left the court. The most they went to was the actual cafeteria of the courthouse.
That's what I'm talking about.
But they went to the cafeteria. It was the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Well, it was three sets. So it was the cafeteria. It was the courtroom, of course. And then actually technically four. So you had the cafeteria, you had the courtroom, you had the hallway between the courtroom and then the judge's chambers.
Okay.
So that's really the only four places they ever were.
Because wasn't the father always in the cafeteria?
Well, no, he used to always sneak in and be in his judges in Harold T. Stone's judges chambers.
Okay.
But the one thing he used to always say, and I still say this to this day, the line he used to say every time he was on the show was, "Out of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most." That is one of my favorite lines.
That's your favorite line.
That is one of my favorite lines of all time.
I was looking for something a little bit more deeper than that, but that's what it was.
Because especially nowadays, that hits differently for me.
Why does it? Why does it hit differently?
That hits different. Out of all the things I've lost, I so miss my mind the most. That
baby, where your mind at?
At 43.
Where your mind went?
In 2021, about to be 2022.
Jeez.
That hits differently personally for me.
2022.
But before we continue, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
I know it's been a long time. You gonna reintroduce yourself to the family?
No, because you kept talking, bro. You didn't give me a place to put my name. What's going on, family? What is going on, guys? I am Angela Crenshaw, guys. What is going on?
That is my wife, family.
Hi, guys.
Family, that is my wife. Family. It's been a moment.
Wow.
It's been a moment.
It's been a big moment.
It's been a moment.
Yes.
So we're going to go off script just a little bit. Yes. I'll do the housekeeping at the end of the episode. I'll do the housekeeping.
I like the housekeeping.
At the end of the episode.
Really?
Yeah.
You really flipping the script.
Yeah, we're going to go off script just a little bit.
What's up, babe?
I feel like I owe the family an explanation.
You feel like going on?
Yeah, because this one actually is more my fault than your fault.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
So I feel like I owe the family an explanation. So family, there is a really good reason why you have not heard from the Crenshaws in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, because we said we were going to do every Friday.
Yeah. So last time we talked,
Fridays.
I think maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 6, maybe 18.
No, we've missed 2.
I don't know. It feels like it's been 18 months.
What is a MILF? I meant to say
I know what a MILF is.
We only missed 2 Fridays.
I don't know if we can talk about MILFs on a family show. This ain't an After Dark episode.
No, it's not. We've missed 2. We've missed 2. We have.
Missed 2.
Yes.
But that is my fault. So family, let me explain real quick. One thing about the Crenshaws, we always try to be very transparent.
We try.
And we always try to let you know what's going on behind the scenes.
We try.
So I did something that my wife didn't necessarily agree with, but she did sign off on it. She signed off on the final paperwork, so I was able to actually do it. Mm-hmm. So my professional life has changed, where professionally, I actually picked up a second full-time job.
Did y'all hear the full-time part?
Yeah. I picked up a second full-time job.
Now, he out here picking up a second full-time job. Yeah. Where is the time for his wife?
Yeah, so
we'll do that
that's another episode.
That's an episode.
So as we have spoken about in previous episodes, as we proceed, with my regular full-time position, I average 50 to 55 hours a week on a good week. That's if it's a slow week. Right. On a busy week, it's more 55 to 60. So with picking up an additional full-time job, that added another 40 hours to my work week.
That's 1,742 hours, y'all. So where he get it at?
On a good week, I'm averaging 90 to 95 hours worked a week. And so with that, unfortunately, that interfered kind of with our recording schedule. And especially initially, because I've only been doing it now for about 3 weeks. And so right now it's just, getting my schedule intact. My sleep schedule, my spend time with my wife's schedule, my meeting schedule, just getting everything kind of worked out. So I think I'm finally at a good place where it's kind of balanced out.
It's not, you got in a rhythm. It's not balanced.
Well, I'm in a rhythm.
You're in a rhythm.
I have my sleep schedule pretty much intact now. Yeah. And, and so we're there. It's, I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
So part of the apology too is because not too long ago we did a episode where we was talking about make sure that you know how you're spending your time. I think we was like time broke. That's
time poor.
Time poor.
We talked about being time poor.
Being time poor and what that means, and you need to be time rich and so forth and so on. And so I know people who listen to us probably like, now didn't they just not too long ago talk about being time poor? We did, but there came a situation where there's something that we need and we want.
Yeah.
And so we knew going in that there was going to be a sacrifice.
Some sacrifices have to be made.
But it wasn't a long term. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that.
Yeah.
Making that clear. It's not a long term.
It's some very short term financial goals.
Yeah.
That I wanted to achieve, that we wanted to achieve.
That we wanted to achieve.
And in life as an adult, sometimes you have to make the hard choices.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm going to paraphrase. It's a Dave Ramsey quote where sometimes in life you have to do what you don't want to do to get to do what you want to do. Yeah, and I think I said, I think it's
correct. And I think that we knew that this would be a sacrifice on both parts because we so used to being together all the time.
Right.
And so this has been a huge 3-week sacrifice. I'm just finally getting into my rhythm because I don't sleep. Because he's not here, I do not sleep. Legitimately, no joking. So it's taking me some time to actually go to sleep because and he gets so annoyed because I be like, well, if you're out there doing that for the family and you're not sleeping, I'm not gonna sleep either. So I'm either up doing something.
In my mind, does not equate. It does not equate it.
Like one morning at 3:00, I just decided to do laundry, just fold some clothes.
Because my thing is, at this time, it's you can go to sleep. You in the bed.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice at this point because if I go to sleep with what I'm doing, some things gonna go wrong.
Yeah, but I do have a choice. I feel like we're doing this together, and I felt like that was part of my contribution. Yeah. Some days I crashed, but but it is a sacrifice that we've making. And I just want to say that because the apology too is, just like. We're making some decisions that are very important for the duration of our life right now.
Because and sometimes that's being an adult, you have to make adult decisions.
Yeah.
And also to, like I said, full disclosure, how my schedule is set up now where the secondary full-time position I have is a third shift position. So basically I work 10 to 6:30 at night on my second job, and then my full-time first position starts at roughly 7-ish, 8-ish in the morning, depends on what time my first meeting is. And
it's
so
about 5.
Huh?
It's about 5.
Yeah, it's about 5-ish.
Yeah.
And then I try to take a nap about 5, between 5 and 7, 5 and 8, and then get back at it. So like I said, so we have not abandoned ship.
We have not abandoned ship.
This is something we're still very passionate about. This is something that we still love doing. We still love coming before the family. We still love speaking to the family.
Absolutely.
We still love hearing from the family. This is still, at the end of the day, this is still our therapy session.
Yeah, it is our therapy session.
But like I said, unfortunately, sometimes life does get in the way. Sometimes you have to make adult decisions.
I want us to stop saying that too. I don't like it.
You don't like
that
what?
life gets in the way. I don't think that life gets in the way.
Well, stop saying it.
I think that we're living life according to the season that we're in. And
I
right
go with that.
now because when people, I've heard, I'm like, life is getting in the way. If life don't get in the way, you dead, baby. So we just
this is true.
So let life get, let life. But I think that we're in a season where we have to make some sacrifices, and as we journey and as you continue to keep listening to us and being part of our family, you will see what the sacrifices were for.
Yeah.
The reason they were for. And the success that came behind the sacrifices. Yeah. So that's because 2020 is going to be going to be an incredible year for the Crenshaws, and you guys will hear about that way down the line. But it's going to be an incredible year, and I'll say this: I thank you for the sacrifices that you're making. To be honest, wholeheartedly in front of family, I thank you that you're making this sacrifice to do what you're doing for the family. So I just want to say thank you. I love you for that. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you. So family, like we said, so we just in full disclosure. Because we feel like you deserve an answer. You deserve to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. You are part of our journey. You listen. You check in on us. You watch us on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. You download the episodes. You email us. You reach out to us. So we felt it was only right to give you a complete full answer.
Yeah,
and the truth about what's going on. And we're back in our rhythm now. So we will be more consistent
on Friday
with our episodes. Like I said, so it's just that initial 3 weeks of just getting my rhythm, as my wife say, getting a balance, getting a rhythm to it of figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So I think we finally come to a place where we figure out what works.
Yeah. And what don't work.
My wife doesn't like it at all. She does not.
I'm supportive.
But she is supportive.
I'm supportive, and I'm here to take care of him if that's what he thinks is best for his family, and that's what he thinks is best for us and for his family. So here I am, and I don't have to like everything that he does. He's pretty sure not gonna like everything that I do, but I just hope that we continue to keep backing each other up. And I spoke to a very wise person, a wise group of friends. They know who they are about this, and we had an intense conversation.
We had an intense conversation
with a couple of our friends about
very close friends that we respect.
Yeah.
One of them turned on me about 18 times throughout the conversation.
I don't think she turned you. I think she was there for you, wasn't paying attention.
No, and I'm gonna say this again because I said it to them, and I'll say it, on the public, on Al Gore's internet. During the conversation, I felt like Caesar, and I felt like she was Brutus, and I felt like I was being stabbed.
Nah, she was there.
But I love her.
But we love her.
I love her.
We love them, and so thanking them for that, and they kind of gave us some clarity on this journey that we're going on.
They gave you some clarity.
No, they gave us both.
I was already clear.
You was not clear.
I was crystal.
But one of the things that one of our friends said, which was so direct and so on point, I was like, my situation is him doing this so much and working so hard to do what he's trying to do that he's gonna get sick, that he's gonna not be taking care of himself, and he's not gonna do what he needs to do as far as eating and all these other things. And so this person looked at me and go, but that's what you're there for, right? You said you're there to support him, right?
That's right.
So if you're there to support him, then he will eat. Then he will take care of himself because you're there to support him.
He's so wise.
In every area, right? Because he said,
so
I'm just trying to make sure, because that's what you do. You help each other, right?
He's so wise and talented.
I'm like, yes, what we do. He was like, so he won't get sick. He won't get wore out. He won't. And when he does, you'll be there to support him and help him, right? Because that's what you said that you guys do for each other, right? And I said, yeah. He said, okay. I just was making sure. I was like, ooh. That was painful.
The truth hurts sometimes.
The truth hurts.
Yeah.
And it hurts so because this person is very mellow, never, voice doesn't go high, voice doesn't go low, just even kill. And when he said it, it was just easy like butter. It was like, I want to make sure that I'm clear on what we're talking about and discussing. And you said that you're his helpmate. You said that you're his wife and you don't want these things to happen to him. But I don't think those things are going to happen to him. But guess what? You're his wife. You're his helpmate. And you're going to make sure that those things don't happen, and you'll pull his coat when you feel that he's out of order, right? And I was like, right. He was like, okay, then I think we're going to do good. I was like, oh my God.
There you go. The voice of reason. I love it.
The voice of reason.
And I love the voice of reason.
Yeah.
But family,
good.
this is not an update episode. I just wanted to start it there. We actually do have something. Well, my wife actually has something. I don't
small,
know.
Just something.
Yeah, I don't
small.
know what she wants to talk about, but I believe she actually does have a topic for today.
I don't even know if it's a topic. It's just it could be a topic. I was listening to movie trivia for you. What's the guy? African American guy, built short. He's always in every karate movie. I guess he big dude.
Oh, you talking about my guy, Michael Jai White?
The guy that you watched the corny little movie.
First of all, no movie he's in is corny. First of all,
very corny.
None
What's
of
the
the
little one?
Falcon Rising.
Falcon Rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because I'm waiting for the second. I'm waiting for the sequel. They haven't made it yet.
That Falcon Rising hot. Because he just watched this so many times, y'all. But I'm talking about him.
Hold on, but for a second.
Okay.
Of course.
Go ahead.
If by any chance any family member that's listening to this particular episode, if you happen to know or can get in contact with Michael Jai White, please tell him that we need Falcon Rising 2.
We don't.
I've been waiting for years.
Continue to wait.
For the continuation of that story.
It's not a storyline.
But it's, okay. Oops. I'm sorry. You did it. It's your fault.
What?
Movie trivia. What was the first role that brought him to notoriety? And I'll tell you, it wasn't anything Tyler Perry related.
Ninja Turtles?
It was.
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw this microphone at you.
Why would you think I know that though?
It was a biopic. I'll give you that.
Okay. The
most famous boxer out of Brooklyn. It was Mike Tyson's story.
Oh, Lord, sweet Lord. First
he played
of all,
Mike Tyson.
I didn't even envision him as Mike Tyson, so there was no way I was going to say that.
He played Mike Tyson.
But why though?
It was good.
But what? He don't
Actually, he was very believable.
Baby,
actually,
he don't even resemble.
But no, the way they did it, he played the young Mike Tyson when Cuss was still alive, and it was that journey of how him and Cuss got together and how Cuss D'Amato helped him and train and with Roach.
Was it because of his physique? Because I don't see no other reason
it was
why
all
we
of
did
it.
that.
But it was really. If you ever get a chance to watch it, go watch it. It was actually really good. He did really well in it.
Okay.
And it was one of those situations, kind of like, I'm not gonna say it was as good as Ali.
I'm about to say, bro, don't do it.
No, but you know how doing in the midst of Ali, as you progress through that movie,
right,
you forget that it's Will Smith, and you really feel like you're watching Ali tell his own story.
Okay, I got it.
That's how it was with, like I said, and Mr. Michael Jai White, you're a large man who can hurt me, and when I say this with all due respect. He's not going to win an Oscar anytime soon. So I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was an Oscar-worthy performance.
But it was a great performance.
But what I am saying is, as the movie progressed, you really do forget that you're watching a character play this person's life.
Got you.
And you really start to feel like this is his own person portraying his story. So anyway, fun fact. I just wanted to get off my chest. But go ahead. So you was listening to Michael Jai White.
So I was listening to him. He was on Black Love Summit.
Black Love Summit.
Okay. For this year, because there's like 18, 19, 20, 21. Black Love is the bomb. I love that show. But he said something very interesting. It was a men's panel.
Okay.
And he was speaking, and they were talking about marriage and communication and doing what's best for your marriage and stuff. And he was talking to newly married couples, basically, who he was addressing. And so he was saying that sometimes you have to walk out on the tightrope without a net. And I was like, what? Where are we going with this? Now I got to listen because he caught my attention. And he was saying that sometimes in marriage and in a relationship, you've got to walk out on faith with each other that things are going to be okay. And you have to do it in a way that there's no net to catch you, basically.
Okay.
There's no like, okay, if this doesn't work out, we're going to separate.
Right.
Okay, if this doesn't work out, even though we're engaged, if he gets on my nerves, he can have his ring back. Okay, if we get married and this don't work out, we can get a divorce.
Right.
Okay, like all these net catching things that will catch
Okay.
as a net
I
to
see.
give you a reason, a way out.
Right.
If you wanted to, if you literally wanted to jump, that you wouldn't harm yourself, right? And he was like, but when you get to the other end of it, when you don't have a net, it is such a powerful feeling to realize that you did that you both did it together,
Right.
and such a faith and believe it so much that you wouldn't fall, that you may buckle a little bit, but that you would not fall, especially when you know you don't have anything to catch you.
Got you.
You know, so I thought it was very interesting. So I wanted your thoughts on that. When I say that, and when you hear that that's what he said on a male panel, what did you
Right.
think about that?
First of all, I love that concept.
Mm-hmm.
I love that concept of looking at marriage as walking a tightrope without a net. Because the one thing, if you've ever watched anyone walk a tight rope, the very first thing that you notice is the focus of that person. It's a single-minded focus at that point in time. The only thing they're focused on is one foot in front of the other.
And straight ahead.
One foot in front of the other. They're focused on completing that task at hand because they know if they fall, it's over.
It's over.
And I think that's the point that people miss when it comes to marriage is that to have a successful and effective marriage, you have to be focused on that task of marriage. Now, the one thing about walking a tightrope, especially, and we've all seen it, when you do it, when you have the people that do it from like building to building.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And one of the things that happens, one of the things they have to be very careful of is the wind, because they have to adjust for wind as they're doing it. And they have to move
the wind tunnel.
Yeah, the wind tunnel. And they have to move their body just right. They have to, if they're using, sometimes they'll use the pole to balance, and they have to, balance that pole just right to adjust for the wind.
Right.
And I think within marriage, a lot of the times we don't adjust for the wind.
Yeah.
And we don't adjust for the situations that come to us.
Right.
And so I actually love that concept because, like I said, to have an effective marriage, you have to be single-minded, focused. And another thing, to do a tightrope and to do it well, you can't be scared.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is that a lot of people go into marriage scared, and there should be a healthy fear, but not being scared is kind of like the relationship with God.
Yeah.
God does not want you to be scared of him. Now, you should have a healthy, respectful fear,
reverence for him.
a reverence of him, but he doesn't want you to be scared of him. And that's the same as marriage. You should not be scared of your marriage. Yes, there should be a reverence for your marriage. There should be a healthy respect for your marriage. But there shouldn't be a scared feeling. And I think what happens a lot of times, people go into marriage, and the first sign of something rocky, or the first time, we have a disagreement, or the first time, our money and our bill level don't quite add up to each other. And now we get scared.
We call it net. We just jump.
And now we're looking for that net at that point.
Yeah, we're looking for the jump.
Yeah. What did you think when you first heard it?
When I heard it, it took me a few minutes because I didn't visualize it at first the way that you did.
Right.
So he said it and he kind of expound on it. And I was like, okay. Then I started to get it. For me, it was the fact that you walking a tightrope, like you said, when the wind come,
right.
To me, that wind is a season, right? Okay. And so you have to be focused. Like you have to be hand in hand, basically, knowing that you got each other's back, right? And that that, like you said, one foot in front the other, and that there is no net. So that means that you guys have to work together. You are the options. You are each other's options, if that makes sense, right? So if we going through a season, we got all these options. Me and you are the option. What are we going to do when the wind comes? How do we handle it? How do we catch our rhythm together? Because again, it's a rhythm, right? Because I've seen tightrope walkers walk before with the bar, right? And the wind is coming, and they're kind of like, they know how to move their body just right, not too much to the left, not too much to the right, which is weird. And again, put one foot in front of the other each and every time. And I think too with marriage, the same thing is putting one foot in front of each other every single time, no matter how the wind blows. Putting like I'm walking with you. We're walking through this together. I love you. We don't have a net. This is it. This is plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N,
all
P.
26 of them letters.
We are the plan and what we do. And I think sometimes when you're tightrope walkers know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Right? They know that. Married people know what they got themselves into when they got married. This is not the first time you've seen a marriage, a good or a bad one here.
I'm gonna disagree with that just a little bit. I think what happens, it's not that they know what they're getting into. I think they have a predetermined thought process of what it's going to look like. And then once their expectation does not meet their reality, then that's when the problems come in.
But when I say I think that they know, okay, if you don't know anything else, you know marriage, right? Okay. Right? I mean, like I said, you might have known a good marriage or a bad marriage. Right. But at the end of the day, marriage is two people getting together.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the foundation.
The base.
The absolute base.
The base simplicity of what marriage is. I got you.
And so you know that. So when you know that two people are coming together at the base, right? They're going to live together. They're going to eat together. They're going to sleep together. They together, right? If nothing else. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm just saying that. And I think what happens.
The simplicity of it,
right? So like the tightrope walkers, they know when they get on that rope, that is it. Especially they going from building to building, the rope is it. The rope is it, y'all. The rope is it. And there's no net. And how you balance that is gonna be the deciding factor if you can make it to the other side, right? And so what I'm saying is when you're getting married, you know the foundation of marriage, right? And so when you're walking that type, that means there's some communication that needs to be done. There's some seasons that's going to happen in your life. Right. That's the wind is going to throw you to and fro, but you have got to go to and fro. Yes, but you have got to basically step out on faith, walk out on faith with each other, that you can make it through. And so that's what I kind of heard him saying, and because he also said that because marriage is hard and marriage is challenging, right? And we as a people, period, we love to have a net for everything. A backup plan.
Yeah, let's talk about
something.
Let's talk about those nets for a moment, because I'm gonna tell you what I hear with nets, and then you tell me if you hear something different or if you see something different. When I hear nets, I'm hearing divorce. Divorce is a net. I'm hearing infidelity.
Yep.
Infidelity is a net. I'm hearing outside influences such as alcohol, drugs.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that as a net. I'm hearing external family as a net.
Yeah.
Because the moment your spouse does something that you don't like,
you call a family member.
You calling Big Mama, you calling your cousin, you calling
daddy.
Or you calling daddy, or you calling the sister who ain't never had a functioning relationship, ain't never been married, but you calling the one who ain't never been married, and you calling them for advice on how to deal with your marriage.
Right.
And to me, that's what I hear when we talk about nets.
Right.
Because those are your outs.
Yeah.
Because
you're shopping.
Yeah.
Things that will numb you from things that will numb you from what's going on with your situation.
Yeah, because you act real different. Because when you a tightrope walker, you got me saying it crazy.
I don't know why I keep saying it
crazy.
Because
it's a different confidence level and almost a different arrogance when you're doing it, when you have nothing under you to catch you, or when you have that net. Yeah. Because when you have that net, you all out here willy-nilly at that point. Because if you fall, you just fall.
You fall.
In the terms of a marriage, if you got divorce on the table, I'll get bad credit for 7 years. I'll move on my life.
I'll get my life back.
I'll get my life back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're kind of nonchalant about how you handle your marriage.
Right.
You're not, because you go into that mentality, if they leave, they leave.
Right. And also when you call in family members, a net also to me sounds agreement. Right?
What do you mean? Talk to me.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when you're calling those people, you do not want them to do anything but agree with what you're feeling and what you say.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's a net, right? Because if I call my cousin, I know that she's going to be on my side. You could be dead wrong. They'd be like, girl, I can't believe. Because you don't want when you're calling people, you don't want no help. You want an agreement. Yeah, you want someone to be on your side, basically.
Because what you won't do is call that one auntie.
Right.
Who never takes a side.
Right.
And the only thing she speaks is truth.
Exactly.
Because you don't call that auntie.
Yeah, she's not a net.
Yeah, no, that auntie's not a net.
That auntie, you're not matter of fact, you hope she don't call you.
Yeah, because that's the auntie, when you try to talk about James, she don't want to talk about James.
She want to talk about you.
She want to talk about you.
What part did you play? And then what did you say? And so how did you carry yourself? And what you've been doing? And are you fully innocent in this situation? You don't want that auntie to call you.
Yeah.
You don't want her at all, So to me, the net is also someone that's in agreement with you all the time. And that makes you feel good. Because if you fall, I got people who's going to come around me and rally around me like, girl, you right for divorcing him. Girl, Girl, you right for leaving him. Girl, dude, yo, I ain't like her in the first place, yo. Those things, right? It makes you feel good. Or I have a right to go shopping and spend this money because he agitated me today. I have a right to watch pornography. I have a right to get high. I have a right to get drunk. Anything that's going to numb me from what I'm going through.
That's not going to allow you to focus on the task at hand.
On the task at hand. And the task at hand is having your marriage. Being a husband and a wife, being good to each other, communicating and loving each other. That's what and that's what basically what he was talking about was, as he was talking about it, was like walking out and getting onto the other side and be like, we did it. We did it. Now, here's a part about that.
Talk to me.
We did it, but we're going to have to do it again.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to do it again.
Every day.
Because here's the thing, things happen in seasons. You know what I'm saying? You first have that first season where y'all are in love and everything is wonderful and y'all on a honeymoon forever to the 7-year itch, which I don't believe in the 7-year itch, but that's no here nor there. And then you go and the kids are getting older and they're becoming teenagers and they're becoming, that's all I got, when they become teenagers and they're becoming these people, and then you guys are rah-rah for each other like it's me and you and them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, they finally get out the house, and then there comes something else, and then there's seasoned parents that you may have to take care of, or loss of jobs, and all, as what people keep saying, life comes at you hard, right? But
or
life
what was it? Was it Geico commercial? It wasn't Geico. State Farm. Life comes at you fast. Can't remember which was. It was one of them insurance companies.
Yeah, but
life comes at you fast.
But life is life. I think life is just life, and it's how you handle it. So the tightrope for me was like, I like it, and not having a net. We've had a net, and we've not had a net.
You know what else though? You know what just came to me? You know, I'm a person of analogies.
Mm-hmm.
When you treat things better when you only have the one. Here's what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever grew up like me, or I didn't always have the best of.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't always have, a multitude of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my school clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I had
the play clothes.
I had my play clothes.
Yes, the play clothes.
I had my Sunday clothes.
Yeah.
You didn't intertwine those things.
You better not.
You
better not make a school clothes or play clothes.
I had my school shoes.
Yes.
I had my play shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And
you had your Sunday best.
And I had my Sunday best.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was with my school shoes, because I didn't have a lot of those,
mm-hmm.
I treated those a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Because there wasn't an abundance of that.
Right.
And I say that because I say, if you're a person, if you only have one pair of pants,
mm-hmm.
you're gonna treat those one pair of pants
mm-hmm.
very well.
Yeah.
You're gonna clean them properly.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually gonna follow the actual washing instructions
on the tag.
On the tag.
Do people even look at the tag anymore?
When you only got one pair, you do.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You're gonna hang those pants up to dry. You ain't gonna throw those in the dry because you don't want them to shrink.
You can throw them in the dryer.
You're gonna iron those and crease those real nice. Like you're gonna put a little starch in those because it's only your one.
Agra.
If you looked at your marriage that way,
mm-hmm.
you only have one marriage.
Yeah.
You don't have a second one. You don't have a third one.
Right.
You don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend in the wings.
Right.
You don't have a divorce lawyer
mm-hmm.
on speed dial.
Yeah.
You got this one marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So with that one marriage, why are you not taking the care
mm-hmm.
of that one marriage?
Right.
Because you don't have another one in the wings.
Right.
Because if that marriage anticipates.
What?
That word right there.
That word right there.
That one right there is the D and the S, and then there's a P and there's an E and there's an N and there's that word right there.
Right there.
Because if it goes away, you don't have another one.
Yeah.
So why not treat that marriage well?
Right.
Why not follow the instructions on how to take care of this marriage?
Exactly. And here's the thing about that too.
Sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Because I know I went kind of.
No, it makes sense, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you made me think of something.
Talk to me.
We have to understand as individuals, we have to come with some instructions because our spouses are not going to know how to care for us if we don't come with the instructions and show them and tell them how to take care of us and what we want. That's where the communication comes in at. Like those pair of pants, you go to those pair of pants, you look in the tag, it tells you wash in cold water, wash with light clothes, light tumble dry, or it's gonna say don't hang up, or you got money if yours say dry clean only. So you got the dry clean. You got Muncie because your shirt said dry clean only, but the only thing is there are some instructions to tell you how to care for that. So that's the same thing in marriage. We have to come with these instructions to tell each other how to take care of each other and not think that because we got married that you know how to care for me. Doesn't mean that you don't love me, but how to really care for me. And in order for that to happen, I have to come with some instructions. But in order for that to happen, I have to know how to care for myself.
Ooh, that took me.
So if I can care for myself, then here come my instructions. So when you come to me, here's my manual, here's my instructions to take care of me and how to handle me in certain situations. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. So
what you said make perfect sense.
But that actually took me, and I love the way your mind works, but that actually took me somewhere differently as well. What I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and if you see it differently, please tell me. I really want. I know you will, because I really want to know your viewpoint on this. But I feel like marriages go wrong sometimes because, like you said, because not only do we not take time to read the instructions, not only do we not take time to hand your spouse the manual.
Right.
I think sometimes because as kids, as younger people, we already have this image of what our perfect person is, and we already have this image of what our marriage is going to be and what our relationship is going to look like. And so what we do, instead of readjusting our image or readjusting our expectations, we try to take this person and fit them into this box of what we think they should be. And then the moment they don't act the way we think they should act, and it's not a good way, it's not a bad way, it's not a negative way or a positive way. They just don't respond in the way that we've already thought in our mind that our spouses should. So now all of a sudden it's a problem. So now it's an argument because, well, you should have chose right, but you said left, but the answer was right. Well, no, but I wanted to go left. You gave me the option of which way I wanted to go.
Right.
But that's not the way you're supposed to go. In my mind, my spouse always goes right, but we never talked about that. We never talked about that. For you, going right, the direction of right is the way we're supposed to go. We've never talked about that. And so we make a lot of assumptions in our marriage, and we try to, like I said, we try to take this person and try to fit them into a pre-existing mold instead of adjusting our thought process to the person we married. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And the reason why that happens is because before you got married, you didn't have the real communication. It was all butterflies and flowers. And we've had this conversation before, like the things that we should have asked before we got married, right? Like, hey, quick question. If your mama gets sick, is she coming to live with us? Like, because you who has that real conversation?
Because we want to ask the cute questions,
right? Like, so what, do you want kids and how many? No. If your mama gets sick, does she have to come live with us? I need to know. No, because I'm sick. But that's not questions that we're asking.
Do you like paying your bills on time?
On time. Do you pay your bills on time?
Do you pay your bills?
Right. Another question: do you be in the bathroom and all the toilet paper's off the roll, and do you leave the roll on there for the next person? I mean, it may seem insignificant, but it's annoying, right? So
do you when you do you layer your hand? How many layers of tissue do you use in the process of cleansing?
Right.
Do you cleanse properly? When I do your laundry, am I gonna have to see tread marks?
Right. Just questions. Or do you have a tendency to leave one scoop of food in the bowl in the refrigerator so you ain't got to wash the bowl? No. I'm just and we're just making light of it, but honestly, these are real questions.
Do you know that your spouse has a half a sip of drink left in the refrigerator that they looking forward to?
Right.
And you drink it and think it's okay to drink it
and don't say nothing
and never tell them that you drunk it. Have them go looking for it and then you want to play dumb when they ask you where is it.
So the questions are habits. Because again, we don't have conversations about habits. So when you say that people are coming in with these preconceived notions of what marriage should be and what their spouse should be, absolutely. But what happens is you have to have that real conversation on the beginning, and that goes back to the tightrope with no net. Because here's the thing: to have those real conversations before you get married, you're walking a tightrope, because you'll be like, ooh, do I really want to marry him at this point? Because he's saying some stuff I don't like, or she's saying some stuff I don't like,
or I'm saying some stuff that may scare her.
Right.
Like, if I really tell her who I really am, is she still gonna stay?
Yeah.
If I tell him who I really am, if he sees me, not the Instagram version of me,
right?
Not the mask that I've been taught to portray,
but me.
But if he sees me,
right,
is he gonna stay?
Yeah.
And seeing those are those tightrope questions.
Because a tightrope question and a tightrope is dangerous.
Oh yeah, there's nothing safe about it.
There's nothing safe about it.
Here's the thing: with or without a net, there's nothing safe about it.
Because again, you gotta remember, even with the net, it's a long drop.
It's a long drop.
And
you can fall wrong.
Right, and if you fall wrong, there's an arm or leg broke either way. Right, yeah. So you have to think about it in that manner. But it's those real questions that you have to have. So when he said that just hit me. I was like, let me see what Sanchez thinks about that, because it is very interesting that we've walked a tightrope for so long, right. You know, and like I said, it's going to be 22 years. And sometimes we wanted a net, and sometimes we went without a net, because we're human people, right? And sometimes the having the net is like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to not going to say nothing. I'm just going to be quiet, right. Instead of thinking that that's my net. If I be quiet, this will go away,
right?
For only to rear its head again next month or next year. So why do not just say what needed to be said?
Yeah, if I pretend like it's not there,
happening,
then it's not
yeah.
there. We resort back to our childhood fear sometimes, and that philosophy: if I close my eyes tight enough, it'll go away.
It'll go away.
Yeah,
like your dead people.
Yeah,
it ain't going away.
I think at some point in time, as a child, we've all done that before, and we've sat there with our eyes closed and just tightly close our eyes and just wish that it would go away, hoping it'll go away. I think sometimes as adults, we still do that, especially in our marriage. But also one thing I wanted to say as well, I don't want the old heads to think we're just talking to the youth here.
To the new babies.
And when when I say old heads and youth, I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about experience in marriage. Because you can be 65 and just getting married, and you're still a youth when it comes to the marriage game. So, and you could be 30 and have been married for 15, well, some states 15 years, and some states you can get married at 15. I'm just saying. West Virginia, you can get married at 12. But I'm just saying. It's a joke, West Virginia. I love you, babies. I love you. I love you, West Virginia. But no, and you can be married 10, 15 years and be an old head in the game. So I don't want you to think that we're just talking to the young heads here. Because, James, I need you to understand that Ruth ain't the same person you married 42 years ago. So you still have to have those same conversations with Ruth and find out who she is now. You have to have those same tightrope conversations now too, and find out who is she now. Because Ruth at 65 ain't the same Ruth at 22. Ain't the same Ruth at 32. Ain't the same Ruth at 52. So you have to continuously have those conversations as well. Open up that dialogue as well and find out who is she today. And we say this a lot, and I will always say this: for a successful, effective marriage, you have to learn your partner every day. You have to, like we said initially in this conversation, that single-minded focusedness. I have to be focused on learning Angela. I miss the mark sometimes. I'm not going to sit here like I'm perfect.
I do too.
What I will not do on this microphone is be hypocritical.
Yeah, I will too.
I don't always do it perfectly. But what I have to do is be focused on learning her today. If she does something different, I should know. And it shouldn't just be if she changes her hair color or if she wears a different lipstick or if she changes her nail color. It should be deeper than that. Yeah. If she doesn't react to something, I should be able to pick up on that.
Yeah, like something's up. What's up?
If her look changes, if the way she sees things, I should be able to know my wife well enough to know the nuances of what's going on, where she shouldn't have to say a lot, and I pick up, hey babe, okay, something's wrong here.
What's going on?
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, what's up?
But the only way that's going to happen is that you have to continuously have those tightrope conversations.
I want to say something too.
What's up, baby?
When it comes to the net, because you were saying about the OGs. A net for an OG is that's just the way that he is. Yeah, that's just the way that she is. Yeah, right. It's okay. It'll blow over. That's another net for the OGs. You know what I'm saying? This is how we've always done it. It's not a big deal. Yeah. I don't even want to, it's not a big deal. That's a net for the OGs who's been married for so long and taken for granted is a net as well. Right. Like, oh, you know what? He'll always be here is a net.
Right.
She'll always be here is a net. Because you gotta remember, there's different nets for different seasons of your marriage. Yeah. And the longer you get married, you have to be careful about the nets that you throw under your tightrope.
No matter what.
Yeah,
no matter what I say, no matter how I treat her, no matter how I treat him.
Yeah.
They're gonna be here. They're not going.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and that's a net. I would be honest.
A horrible net.
That's a dangerous net.
That's a dangerous net.
That one, I think that may be one of the most dangerous. And this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think that may be one of the most dangerous nets.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that can go wrong with that taken for granted.
Yeah.
There's so much can go wrong with, like you said, that that's just the way they are.
Yeah, that's just them.
Yeah.
She's always been that way. He's always been that way. So it's okay. Now here's where the road meet the road. In your marriage, maybe 5 years that was okay, but then 15 years it might have been okay. But sometimes when you get into the 20 to 30 years of marriage, it doesn't become okay anymore.
Right.
And then you wake up one day and be like, well, why you got an attitude and why are you mad? That's why you have to say something in that 5 year, that 10 year. Don't be waiting, or even that second year. Be waiting till you've been married. Because there are people literally that has been married 30 or 40 years and then one day wake up and like, I don't want to be with you no more. Huh?
Yeah.
40 years, 30 years, because that's that OG net,
and
right?
Didn't say anything. Blindsided, and the spouse is truly blindsided.
Right. He's quiet, so we don't talk because he's quiet. Net, right? We don't go out. We know we rarely go and do anything anyway, so it's not a big deal when you know that that's what you want. Your heart desire is to go out and have dinner and have a good time. But you go, but that's not really who he is. So I'll go out with my girlfriends. Going out with your girlfriends is amazing because you have to have girlfriends that you go out with, and your husband have to have friends he go out with as well.
We've talked about that too.
We've talked about that, but you still have to have time with each other. Yeah. That's important
because you have to. And we always talk about having those tightrope conversations with your significant other, your spouse, your fiance. But you also have to have those conversations with yourself because, and we joke about this a lot, but it's so true. You got to remember those things you think are cute when you're dating, they become very aggravating when you're married. Yes. So you have to ask yourself, if this slightly bothers you now, if it's her, we would say his, but if her attitude bothers you now, but it's kind of cute. I like she's feisty. I like that she loves to, I like that she likes to fight for me. She always getting in another woman's face because she always, that's cute. That's sexy.
She loves me.
She loves me. Okay, you're 23. Okay, when you're 43 and you're sitting in a restaurant with your kids and the waitress is just being friendly,
right?
And the next thing you know, now the cops are being called,
right? How cute is this now?
How cute is it now?
How's it cute? Or when one of your children are replicating what you're doing,
that
behavior, is it still cute? Is it still cute, y'all? Is it still cute? So you have to have those tightrope conversations where there is no net, nothing to catch you, nothing that's safe, nothing that's cuddly and cozy for you, so you can get down to the nitty gritty. And let me tell you something before we go. It is very difficult.
Oh yeah, nothing we said is easy.
It is very difficult.
The Crenshaws will never tell you anything easy, to be honest.
It is very difficult, but they need to be had. There's going to be some tears. There's going to be some attitude. There's going to be some feelings hurt. But at the end of the day, you have communicated what you need and what you want and what your desires are, as well as your spouse or your significant other. And doesn't mean you're going to move quickly, but at least you're moving. Right. Because again, on the tightrope, it is one foot in front of the other. Yeah.
I'm walking on the tightrope.
What?
Walking on the tightrope.
No, baby. No.
I'm sorry. The whole time we've been sitting here talking about it, that song has been in my head.
No, baby. Okay, is that a song for real?
Janelle Monáe, her first song.
Oh yes. Okay.
Walking on the tightrope.
Maybe because she didn't sound like that. Maybe that's why I didn't recognize
that was hurtful. Is that a tightrope conversation? You don't like my voice?
What I'm saying
you don't like my singing voice?
The way you're singing that particular song, no.
That's wrong.
I just wanted to be completely honest. Well, baby.
Shorty, what's your final thought?
I don't have a final thought today.
Seriously?
I'm so serious.
Now, when I talk, you're not going to be like, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to mute your mic. I'm telling you. After I say what I got to say, if you come in, but you know what I do? I'm going to mute your mic.
Because sometimes when you say something, it brings up something in me.
I'm going to mute your mic in you.
Okay, go ahead. This is going to be really simple, y'all. But go ahead.
Oh, actually, I wasn't going to say that.
Go ahead, baby. Do you?
Family, only thing I'm going to say is don't be afraid.
You hurt
I
you.
wasn't.
No,
I was not.
It hurts you that you can't say
it. Does not. It does not. Because I can. First of all, I'm a grown man, dog. I can say what I want to say.
I'm saying you was hurting that you wanted to say this.
I'm a grown man, dog.
This is just a simple thought, y'all.
I can say what I want to say.
Okay, but I bet you wanted to say simple.
I was not.
Carry on, my brother.
Whatever, man.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Don't be afraid, family. We talk about this a lot. Once again, nothing that the Crenshaws talk about, nothing is simple. Having an effective marriage, having a rewarding marriage is not simple. It's very complicated. It gets hard at times. Yeah. It gets frustrating at times. It gets hurtful at times, but it is very rewarding. It's very fulfilling. So just don't be afraid to have those tightrope conversations.
Yeah. When you said hard, this is not my final thought, but when you said hard, one of the I think is marriage. The marriage equation, something like that.
Okay.
And he talks about what's hard. He was like, choose your hard. He's like, marriage is hard. This, that, and the other is hard.
Right.
Communicating is hard, but starting over is harder.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, pick your hard.
Yeah. Choose your hard.
Choose your hard.
Yeah.
Seriously, choose your hard, people.
So, family, we love you. We thank you.
We do.
We thank you for listening,
we
family.
We miss you guys so much.
Yeah, we're back though. Like I said, my schedule is I'm in a rhythm now, so the Crenshaws are back. And we love you. For our new listeners, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a part of the family, however you found us, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's on Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Podcasts, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's iHeartRadio, on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. For our returning family members,
returners,
you already know how we feel about you. We love you. We adore you. We are honored that you allow us to be a part of your journey. And we're so thankful that you want to be a part of our journey.
Thank you.
Family, as always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
Yeah.
We can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner. You can watch our YouTube channel on the YouTubes.
On the who?
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes.
Yeah. And then, of course, you can always email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
And as always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.